Ferdinand Magellan was the man who proved that the world was round.
Ferdinand Magellan showed extraordinary courage by setting out to sail around the globe when there were still many who believed the world was flat and that he would fall off.
Magellan was born in Sabrosa, Portugal around 1480 and studied navigation at an early age.
In 1505, Magellan traveled with the new arriving Portuguese viceroy to India and got his first taste of sea travel, the itch to explore. He moved around Southeast Asia and maybe even traveled as far as Indonesia and what were then known as the Spice Islands.
This is almost certainly where he first got the idea of approaching the Spice Islands by sailing west across the Atlantic rather than east around Africa and then into the Indian Ocean.
When Magellan returned to Europe, he tried to get financing for an expedition to find this new western route to Asia. Eventually traveling past what is today Argentina, Magellan found a route to the Pacific, which is now known as the Straits of Magellan.
Crossing into the Pacific, what Magellan had expected would be a relatively brief voyage to reach the eastern coast of Asia turned out to be 6 months in the open sea before they finally made landfall at Guam, at which point the sailors were, of course, near starvation.
When Magellan and his crew arrived in the Philippines, this was charted territory. They knew where they were.
While still in the Philippines, Magellan was killed by a poisoned arrow on April 27, 1521, in a battle with the locals. His crew continued on without him, and finally reached Spain in September 1522, thus definitively proving that the world is round.
Magellan changed the way Europeans navigated. He increased the knowledge of seafaring navigation exponentially, and in the process made the world a much smaller place.